Hey guys, Tyrup here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We're on fields of Winnekendonk. Playing for spawning in the south of PvtFonzarelli. Playing his US forces. Straight away locking into Infantry company. Teaming up with him is MYM Greed. Playing his US forces who has recon support. Infantry company. And Airborne. Face off against them, we have baechi playing as OKW. There's fortifications. Luftwaffe ground forces. And Overwatch. And finally we have ed80hertz playing as Ostheer, who has elite troops. Spearhead. And Festung armor. In terms of rankings, this is around the rank 140 Axis Range team. Facing off against a random team here. Fonzarelli around rank 110. US Forces randoms. And Greed around rank 50. Also Greed does have an arranged team rank with baechi. So they're definitely familiar with each other, as you might be able to tell from all this chatting that's been going on. So hopefully we're in for a good one. We've got a couple squads of riflemen coming around the corner onto the cutoff. Good engagement there for the Sternpires on the far side. Riflemen coming around the corner, good range for them against the Volksgrenadiers. Should be able to win this one pretty easily. As soon as the riflemen stop moving around, they start spitting out that nasty damage. Volksgrenadiers did not stand a chance. MG coming around the corner though, just within range. Get some suppression in there. Other squad coming around the corner, but the Grenadiers are there. Gonna have sight of them. Can the machine gun switch its target quickly enough? Yes. Get suppression on there. In comes Volksgrenadiers from the other side as well. Chases away just before they complete the capture. Might have been worth sticking it out there. Since they're suppressed, they wouldn't have been taking too much damage on. Oh boy. His rifle squad in a bit of trouble here, but he's got some reinforcements incoming. And there, the machine gun facing the other direction. Ends up getting forced off. A bit of a tough start here for the Axis, getting bullied by these riflemen right across the map. Axis have maintained control over this side pretty effectively. Can't really push in here against the riflemen behind sandbags without a flamethrower. And those pioneers. He does not have at the moment. Looks like he might be pulling back so he can upgrade that. It is moving into cover though. Going to try fight cover to cover, which is a decent engagement. Oh, late retreat here from Greed. Oh, does go down. I think baechi should have continued to chase there, but ends up getting the kill anyway. I'd say that's a little bit lucky. baechi going. This already lost a unit. I'm going for a 3 Volk start into Jaeger Light. Solid strategy. Pyro Flamers though outnumbered by these riflemen. A bit of a tough time, and Ed on the run after that. So far the engagements have been going well for the US Forces team, but they did lose that squad earlier. Oh man. Okay, gets out of there. Empire's closing in. Lieutenant coming around the corner. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Lieutenant switching sides. Oh, on the road. Does get away. That was a very, very close call. Agreed. That extra delay, Lieutenant uncertain of which direction to come around, cost him a lot there, and quite a lot of blocking here from these two. Could even get the kill on this one-man rifle squad. And does. Big damage. So another wipe against the US Forces team here. Echelon getting chased away on the far flank. And this is interesting, early mortar from Ed. Not sure why he's getting this. It's Not really any team weapons for it to fire at currently. Oh man, Greed actually gone for an M20. Gonna come in at a pretty quick timing. Seen faster, but not too bad, considering he went for like a standard tech path. We do have tier 2 going down for Ed though, so his 222 not going to be too far away, and the mortar may have delayed his 222 a little bit. He's a little bit low on manpower for it. I'm just charging forwards, forcing away these units. Here comes the lieutenant around the corner. And the mortar in trouble, no retreat from Ed. Oh, there it goes, a little bit late. He's got the machine gun there though, so it ends up being safe, but unnecessarily late. Could have saved a little bit of manpower. Going to do soft retreat to the light cover, hoping to turn the engagement, but Greed's continuing to chase and all. Come the Jaeger lights from the side. Nice support play there. Comes the M20 though, a quick retreat from baechi. Oh, and that's a Stuart now from PvtFonzarelli. Do have a mechanized down for baechi as well. Here comes the 222 from Ed. 7 minutes though, a little bit off the pace. Especially now that there's a 222 counter on the field in the form of the Stuart. Trying to put down a bunker there was Ed. Quickly cancels it. Gonna need to maybe get a pack instead. Probably should have been going for that anyway at this time instead of the bunker. 222 very, very effective against the M20 though. Stuart switching sides. We've got a 50 cal in the centre for Greed. 222 diving in here. Not quite in range for a snare with the rifles, but doesn't look like he's going to need it. Stuart connecting every shot so far. And down goes the 222. He's starting a pack now, but you have to be super cautious with your 222 when the Stuart's on the field like this. Needs to take this off prioritise vehicles, try and inflict a little bit more infantry bleed here. Looks like it's going to get chain Fausted down though. But she's just waiting for the cooldown on that last Faust. Coming around the corner. Concussive grenade. Nicely done. And the Faust is ready. Oh, rifle grenade as well. Big damage. And in comes the Puma. Not even going to spend the Faust. No, is going to spend the Faust. Doesn't need to. Puma connects. Stuart goes down. And now going hunting for the M20 as well. M20 on the run. Oh, another Stuart from Greed this time. Popping the shell shock. You can't fire back now. But a mine freshly planted on the road. Puma smoking out. Oh, nice attack round there from Greed. Can he finish the job? Needs one more shot to connect on the Puma. Does not. Just out of range. Puma coming back in. Does have a range advantage over the Stuart. He can play that correctly, can get the kill here. Stuart in trouble, trying to back around the corner. Puma missing. The echelon coming forwards, but they don't have bazookas. Attack round cannot penetrate through those trees. So the Stuart survives some close calls on both sides there. Good attack round there by Greed as well. That first attack round through the smoke, kind of like as he was moving, very well handled. Nearly resulted in the Puma kill there. Massive repairs here. 3 squads repairing that Stuart. That's going to be healthy in no time. Back the other way, Puma pulling all the way back to base here. baechi, okay, not going for the repair pose. Team coming through. Fonzarelli doesn't even need to retreat there. That's the arrival of those light vehicles. I don't think that's going to go too well for the lieutenant. He's chopped up by that LMG squad. Excuse the interruption, getting back into it. LMG up the back. Going to prevent any wipes there. And now the mortar is starting to become relevant. 50 cal in the center, which you can fire upon. We're charging against the Jaeger lights, but they get their ambush bonus. Easily take care of the rifleman with no weapon upgrades. Oh, Creed making a play through the center. Oof, could go down to the pack still. Does he have sight of it? Oh, I'm not sure. That looked like an attack ground. M20 does not get hit by it. Another attack ground. It is long gone by then. Water connecting nicely with the 50 in the center though, forcing that away. And the Jaeger Light's doing a really good job on the flank. Giving these riflemen away. Greed might have to invest in some weapon racks if he wants to contest. Oh, Stewart coming in. Baechi. Shell shock there, connecting at just the right time to potentially save both of these light vehicles. A T-gun setting up. Puma. Connects once. Puma. Oh no, he's spinning around. On the run. Stewart coming in. Attack route through the smoke, but does not connect. And Puma's going to get out of there. Close call for Baechi. Oh, Puma, got to be careful. AP ammo activated on the 50. Nearly takes down the Puma. Oh man, this is some hectic like vehicle play. Very, very close calls. Oh, making use of his teammate's ambulance here. Interesting. Oh, rear echelon down. Is that for Fonzarelli? Fonzarelli gone for double officers, by the way. Slow the progress towards a medium tank. These M1919's pretty good at fighting against the Fox units charging in. 50 though, in a nice position. Should be able to crawl out here, doesn't have to retreat. Instead of crawling out, he's crawling sideways. And now retreating, yeah. Avoidable, just crawling back would have been fine there. Wouldn't have taken much damage. Slight mistake by Fonzarelli. Stewart coming out to the flanks, going to finally chase away the Jaeger Light squad. Do have double Winnekendonks for Baechi, which is, you know, combined with the Pumas, a lot of anti-tank. Usually signifies a walking Stuka when you go for that much anti-tank and a delay to the medium tank, but not on this occasion. Because we've got a truck coming out for the tech. So a slightly unusual call there, going for a double Winnekendonks at this stage. With the double machine guns, but Fonzarelli slicing right through. Double AT guns for Ed as well. One of them in jeopardy, does get decrewed. Oh, Puma having trouble. Winnekendonks blocking the pathing there. Stewart on the run. Got a snaring squad coming through. Double Winnekendonks trying to stop the steal of the pack, but unsuccessful. AT gun out the back. Puma chasing in all the way. Oh, and finds the Stewart. This is daring stuff from Baechi. Will the Puma escape? 50 cal. Did a little bit of damage to the rear. Oh man, was that small arms damage on the rear arm of the Puma? Might have been the 50 cal. Either way, Puma does go down. And was a daring dive onto the Stuart. Very deep into enemy territory. A lot of room for something to go wrong there, and it did. That's a lot of damage onto the lieutenant. Be a close call. Can't make it out. Winnekendon's missing on the M20. Might have been attack rounds, I'm not sure. Either way, both of them forced away. M20 still alive.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Okay, a bit of a flank. Go around the side of the MG. The M1919 is ripping through it very, very quickly here. And looks like it's going to go down. Late retreat by Ed. Maybe underestimating the firepower of the M1919s. And that's going to get stolen away too. So Ed donating 2 team weapons to Fonzarelli. Or did that AT gun not make it out alive? Maybe Greed picked it up. Oh, I'm not sure. What happened to that pack? Well, it looks like it got decrewed and killed. Suppose it's better than Fonzarelli taking control of it.
M7B1 self-propelled howitzer on station.
Baechi floating a lot of manpower. I guess gonna go for some overs next. And Ed going straight into the Werfer here. Interesting. Does leave the door open for some medium tank play from the Allies. Both the Allies also floating quite a lot of manpower. But they're right about there to where they can build some tanks. Looks like Greed might be going for a Jackson first. Greed also selecting Infantry Company, by the way, getting some M1919s. Ooh. Gee, gonna get out of there. Close call though. M20. Still making its presence felt. Yeah, indeed. Gonna see some overs from baechi next. And a Sherman from Greed. Didn't I just say I thought Greed was going for a Jackson? Quite late starting up that Sherman. Greed is unable to hold the ground against that much firepower. And M1919 riflemen are very effective right up until the overs get Vet 2. So these allies better make use of this golden period before they start to get outscaled. Fighting position going up for Greed here. Upgrading it with a 50 cal as well. Going to try hold on to this fuel point with that. Here comes a bunch of M1919 rifles. Looks like he's just out of rifle grenade range there. Oh, but the Ober's going to walk right into it. Pretty big hit. We're for barraging it somewhere in the center. 50 cal maybe. 1 kill. Scatter not favorable for Ed. Winnekendon's coming in. Looking to finish off the fighting position. Didn't last long. Oof. A lot of damage onto the Folks though. From the Sherman. And Fonzarelli not going for a tank, in fact going to go for a priest first. Which then in turn leaves the allies a little bit exposed to some medium tank play. Frontal decrew on the machine gun, that's just so much firepower from all those M1919 squads. Concussive grenade in there, probably didn't need to retreat the whole army, just the one low health one. Time on target dropped there. Really connect with anything. Sherman coming in from the side. There is a pack there to rotate. Looks like it's targeting the M20 though. Smoke connects with the airplane wreck anyway. And smoking out the pack here with the Sherman. Takes engine damage. Air to attack ground attempts. Maybe a little bit late. Sherman gets away. First priest barrage not very good for Fonzarelli. I'm not sure what he was targeting there, but he did not get even a lick of veterancy, so he didn't hit anything. P4 coming in for baechi. Still has quite a lot of manpower. Not sure what's next. I suppose could just go for another squad of obers. Oh, machine gun gonna go down here. Stolen MG34. There's an option to try and recruit with the Jaeger lights to gain the enhanced line of sight on that. Not a terrible idea. Faust connecting, double Winnekendonk coming around the corner. Does recrew that, but the HE Sherman out the back doing some big damage. And double Winnekendonk attack grounding, I think. Didn't have sight on the M20, and that's going to back away here. VP's Axis with 100 lead at the moment. Oh, Sherman in a bit of trouble. Double Winnekendonk coming around the corner, but there's quite a lot of M1919 squads here. Winnekendonk in trouble. This one needs to retreat. Oh, okay, there it goes. Close call though, easily could have gone down. Got some priests. Looks like it's targeting the mortar team out the back. And with the double Winnekendonk getting forced away, Sherman free to continue the assault. And oh, the priest does connect. Fonzarelli's priest that was, getting the decrew on the mortar team. Some ace mines down here from Ed. And Bunker covering a nice angle actually to prevent flanks around here. Oh, P4 finds a Sherman. Sherman switches rounds over to AP. Looks like he threw the snare too early and main gun crit. It's going to be a free kill on the Sherman here. No AT guns for Greed. Trying to smoke on the retreat path, but unsuccessful. No bazookas on the rear echelon. Don't want to take any damage here. The AT grenade did cool down, but that's just going to slow down the Panzer IV a little bit. Not going to result in any kills. So Greed in a bit of trouble now. There's no form of anti-tank. That's why I thought we might be seeing a Sherman first from him. Ed actually going for a half-track here. Interesting. Yeah, bunch of well-equipped squads coming into Ed's retreat, and he's pretty quick on the retreat, not taking any risks. Doesn't try and sit down on them as they try and cross the road. Would have been the best chance of getting the white boat, and I think it was pretty unlikely given the health. If going one way, out to fire the other. Nearly gets a wipe on the 50, but not quite. Winnekendon's trying to find the M20, but only one shot connecting. Machine gun suppressing all these guys. Looks like the Major trying to crawl in for some artillery, but ends up retreating. I'm not sure whose priest is targeting what. Looks like both of them targeting the similar area that has been vacated. P4 shutting down Greed's forces. Looks like he's going to try to save for the Jackson next. Did have the option of back-ticking to the captain as well. Going for an AT gun. Would have been maybe a slightly more immediate solution, but also would delay his next vehicle quite a lot. Maybe also doesn't want the captain squad, given his current infantry composition. But especially if he was like down on squads, that would have been a pretty good option. 1919 rifles performed pretty well here. M20 shutting down the overs on the flank. Big rifle nade in. Oh, and he gets the wipe. P4 chasing away the rifles through the center. Getting some good hits in. T-gun in a very defensive position, not available to assist in this. But there's the M1919 rifles, too strong for Ed here. He's heavily outnumbered. That was one of the benefits of the double officer strategy. It does give you a lot of squads. It's kind of fighting like 5v3 here. That just means every engagement here having trouble winning. Walking Stuka from baechi now. It's about to open up on the 50 in the center. Will we see Greed dodge in time? Nope. Decent connection. Not incredible though. We're into the same area, and that actually finishes off both the weapons. Man, no dodge at all from these players. A little bit shameful. Okay, a lot of mines going down for Fonzarelli up here. That's really good timing to put them down. Nice to see. Stormtroopers deployed by Ed. Going for the cap on the VPs here, and the Axis have slightly lost their grip on the game. Now about 70 VPs behind. Oh, Major goes down to the Panzer IV. Here comes the Jackson. Double Rakettons are nearby though. Jackson gonna have to be careful. 50 also needs to get retreating. Empires into the retreat path. Oh, big shot from the P4. That's going to be the D crew. Oh, time on target coming in on the center somewhere. Maybe on the double packs, but it takes a long time to come down time on target. Should call it a long time on target. Down very close call, does get out of there. Double Rakettons connecting with the Jackson. And clears the arc in time. P4 blitzing in, hoping for the follow-up kill here. And Creed is a little bit low on infantry after losing those 50 cals now. Both of them. Coming in, finds the cache though, so maybe just going to go for that. No, still chasing in. Jackson outranging it quite badly. P4 has to pull back. Sherman in some trouble. Double packs. Out of range. Some Werfer fire coming in. Some howitzer fire back the other way. It looks like howitzers might have taken down a Volksreindeer squad there though. Seems like baechi has one less. Howie into the middle as well, trying to slow down the capture. P4 out the back getting repaired. Double Rakettons changing directions, looking for the M20 kill. Trying to kite, bait the M20 in here. And Greed gonna fall for the bait. Doesn't have sights. Oh, all the Stuka rockets connecting with the trees there. That's the Von Ivan special. Unfortunate. M20 quick to kite back though. It's got a very good line of sight on that, and it's a very speedy vehicle as well. Oh, M20. Oh, I mean, machine gun in the center still available for the capture. Maybe Ed could steal that with his reinforcement half track up here. Oh man, AT gun in some trouble. Oh, big shot from the Sherman though. That keeps the AT gun safe. Otherwise would have got decrewed, and actually getting another priest coming in for Fonzarelli. So it's going to be 3 priests, and that heavy investment into the priests along with them not really performing that well has led to the allies losing their grip on the game here. Axis now in a commanding position.
We just lost a unit.
Don't think in most cases you can generally afford to go for more than 2 as a team. Fonzarelli probably should have gone for another take. S-mines in the retreat path here. Squad down. Could lose another one here as well, depending on the positioning. Also got a Tower in there for Ed. Looks like these guys are going to retreat down a safe zone though. But now Fonzarelli, you know, previously had 3 rifles, 2 officers. Now with only 2 rifles remaining, lost so many squads in such a short time. Howitzer fire coming in actually does some pretty good damage to the P4. Winnekendonk on the retreat. Minor connection there. Gonna make it out alive. Oh, Ed with the reinforcement half-track in some trouble. Looks like those squads hitting some mines. Half-track gonna go down here to the Sherman. Yeah, slightly predictive walking Stuka barrage, hoping to catch these squads as they move their way in, but is that squad down? I think they just planted a mine. Is that a squad down? Not 100% sure. Quite a few corpses there though. I can't remember. Is that what Sternpires look like? I think so. I think it's Sternpire squad down there. Oh, Priest actually connecting nicely with the MG34 and actually barraging their center with a lot of success here against its team weapons. Major in trouble. It needs to, oh, doesn't even need to in fact. G42 secures the kill there. Okay, another Sherman coming in for greed. Does still have that Jackson, so 2 Shermans and a Jackson. That's going to be a pretty scary amount of armor. Still might need to consider putting some more squads. Still has, you know, 500 manpower spares. Speaking of float as well, the Axis both around 700. Plenty in the tank for them. Oh, Faust connecting. Sherman in trouble straight away. Jackson out the back. And we're going to have Sector Assault called in to assist with this push for baechi. Switching targets over to the Jackson. P4 blitzing. The Stukas. Ooh, close call. Jackson missing the killing blow on the Panzer IV. And he doesn't want to commit to the chase for risk of another pass of the anti-tank planes coming through, so has to pull back. baechi a little bit lucky to get away with the Panzer IV there. Now going for the Panther. Ed meanwhile has fielded the Ace, so I guess that's why he was floating so much. And Fonzarelli does have double AT guns, but so far haven't been too impressed with his positioning of them. Oof. Sherman almost goes down to the double AT guns through the center. Very close call for greed. I think double priest targeting the double packs. They're quick to pull back. Sticking through the center. One rifle very, very low after that. Fonzarelli slow on the retreat here. Very slow, ends up losing the squad for free. Big mistake. Tiger Ace, an AT gun there, hits one of those mines, but he just doesn't have enough up here to do any damage. This is where Jackson would really come in handy, and he's going for one now. With gets a squad. Jackson goes down to the double packs. Things are falling apart here for the Allies. A lot of losses in quick succession for them. Do manage to get the D crew on one of these packs. Panther nearby doesn't have the machine gun upgrade, so it can't contribute much damage. But in comes the Panzer IV, that can. And it's a full retreat from Greaves, unable to kill the D crew pack. It doesn't really amount to too much. And Ace back up to full already. T-gun pops the AP ammo. In comes the Sherman as well. Oh, how did that go off there? Not sure. Stormtroopers with the G43s. Sherman try and chase them away. There's a little bit more damage on to the Ace. It's getting quite low now, but looking for the kill on the machine gun and gets it. Now pulling back. Another bunker up from Ed. You're trying to lock things down here.
Gun troop ready.
Another long range priest, maybe targeting the mortar in the center. Maybe it's the machine gun which has pushed forwards here. Stuka coming through. To the center. Not too much connected with there. With the howitzers, you do have an option of driving them in close, similar to rocket artillery. And the idea there is to, of course, lower the scatter, but also like have two howitzer shells connect before your opponent has time to dodge. Which is an okay option with the howitzers because they can take one shot from a tank and survive, or from the priests rather. So if you do get caught short a little bit, you may still be able to get away safely. And you have a better chance of wiping with two shots connecting in quick succession. Okay, he's coming through the center. Not fully repaired. Could take a snare here potentially from the veteran rifleman. No, they don't quite get in range. And the MG bunk out there locking out these squads from chasing. Baechi looking to get aggressive, coming out the back. Finds one of the priests. Oh boy, it's a priest feeding ground. If we're going to find the second one, can take down the ambulance as well. Yep, ambulance goes down. Kind of lucky to land that shot on the move, but only gets abandoned. We'll check a rear echelon in that. Oh, Sherman on high explosive. Jackson getting singled out by the Panther. P4 goes down. Another kind of lucky shot on the move during its cooked up critical. Gets the kill.
We are losing a sector.
Here comes a fresh Jackson from Greaves. Dueling with the Panther. Needs to get in there for a snare. This squad not vetted. Oh, here comes a Sherman on the rear main gun crit and a fresh Jackson from PvtFonzarelli. That Panther goes down quickly. So overall, I think that was a pretty good assault from Baechi, taking down two howitzers. Sherman, I think it was, the M20 and ambulance. But did lose a Panther and the Panzer IV in the process. So we didn't get out of there scot-free. Maybe could have pulled back with the Panther a little bit earlier and kept that alive, but stayed in there trying to maximize the damage. And it would have been fine if, you know, the US Forces team weren't producing so many Jacksons. Ace trying to go after the Sherman. Oh boy, what was that? Kind of ricochet back into the firing line there. A little bit unlucky. Big walking Stuka coming through. 3 units down. That was a big one. Let's Vet 2 with that as well. A lot of D-Crew team weapons out here. Yeah, it might have been the finishing blow by the Axis. Allies really far behind after that. Greed still floating quite a lot of manpower though. Still has a Jackson. Trying to stop these Raketans from being recruited here. There's PvtFonzarelli. Jackson trying to hope for a lucky shot. Oh, AT gun back there. PvtFonzarelli continuing to chase, very slow to react. In fact, he's going to try and go around the corner, but this is why it's not a good idea. Double kids behind the AT gun. Maybe you could go for that like super early on, or in like a 1v1. There's least likely to be that much backup. But an aggressive play like that, this stage of the game, I think was a big mistake from PvtFonzarelli. Loses his tank because of that. Jackson coming in though, gets hit by a light AT mine. Got two Jacksons out the back, but the double Rakins connecting. Oh, with a lot of damage. Jackson in trouble. What's he doing? He stops. Rakins easily reposition. But they're gonna go down abandoned. In comes the ace now. Oh, hits a mine. Hits that teller. And Panther. It's gonna be heartbreaking for the allies. Coming through. Oh, walking Stuka nearly takes down the rifle, and maybe these infantry can finish the job. No. But allies on death's door. Look at this. PvtFonzarelli with a very, very small army. Greed not that much bigger. Losing both of their Jacksons there. Going after the Panthers, so devastating. The double Raketans through the center. Maybe Greed was unaware of them because it was PvtFonzarelli who charged forward with the Sherman and lost it for free there. And because these guys are a random team, maybe, you know, they didn't communicate that the double Raketans were there, or Greed didn't notice it earlier. So yeah, losing the Jackson there, heartbreaking. Baechi with a tremendous amount of resources, maybe looking to rebuild a tank, but you know, could build another squad here. Even a squad of Volksrangers would be alright, just to try and get another snaring squad available. Right, machine gun, try and lock down the VPs even further. Oh man! Big time bundle grenade over the shrubs or through the trees. Gets the wipe, and a lot of models off the other one. Greed getting dumpstered by that bundle grenade there. And Greed gonna call the GG. Which I think is understandable. I was without much of a way back into this, just so far behind. And there we go. They throw in the towel. Well, interesting game, bit of back and forth. Ed, going for that early mortar, did delay the 222, which did allow the Allied light vehicles to be quite a little bit more dominant than they could have been. Also, you know, I think the safest build is just go 3 greens with the machine gun into the 222, and then maybe get a pack from there given what they're up against. But he tried to sneak in the mortar, and that kind of did leave him a little bit short-staffed for a while in the early game. As for the allies, going for 3 priests there, I just don't think that's the way to go. PvtFonzarelli probably shouldn't have got the second one, should have invested more into tanks. And yeah, they just didn't do that much damage. The priest's just not as reliable as rocket artillery in these kind of games. Nowhere near as many kills. I know that I think some of these have been rebuilt. Not sure. I think one of these survived that raid. Not sure exactly what, but we've got 6 and 2 versus 20 and 17. So just yeah, much more reliable wipes from the rocket artillery compared to the howitzers, which is why you don't see too many of them, and why potentially going for 3 of them when you're in a somewhat tenuous map control situation is a bit too risky. Also Fonzarelli with quite bad preservation. Bad AT gun positioning as well. Really needs to work on that. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.